In today's video, I'm going to talk about a company that is doing right around $20 million every single year, okay? I'm excited to talk about this company because it's a very saturated industry. It's actually skincare, beauty, and everybody thinks that it's almost impossible to get into the space and it's extremely competitive, and they are right. I mean, if you don't know marketing, if you don't know how to build offers, if you don't know how to take advantage of, new and coming up with new marketing angles, new ways of promoting the same product and the same solution to the market, then step away, my friend, because it's a very competitive market. But this is why I do these videos, is to share exactly what strategies are working for these 20, 50, $100 million companies, so that I can use the same strategies for my clients and you can also learn something from this video. So before we get going into this video, just because you're probably maybe a new viewer, and if you're not, just as a reminder, my name is Brando. I'm the founder of Brand Lux Media. I've actually been able to work with over 100 plus e-commerce brands in the last 6 to 7 years, and I've consulted and spoken to thousands. So this is actually one of the main reasons why I decided to start this channel. And just so you see some proof and you know that I am qualified to speak about these things, this is just one of our own clients that last year, just in one single day, generated $264,000 in one single day. Of course, it was Black Friday, but it's $250,000 in sales in one single day, and they're an 8-figure company now. Was this just because of us? Absolutely not. There's multiple departments in the company. It's a collective kind of like support and growth strategy. So of course we were part of it, but there's also other people involved. Either way, this is the type of caliber of clients that I'm used to working with. Now let me just refresh so this is real. But now that we got the proof out of the way, let's get into the actual company that I want to talk about in this video that is doing $20 million or more every single year. This company is called Dermatology, and I'm going to show you the website and go through the funnel in just a second. Just to set some expectations, this is exactly what I'm going to cover in this video, so exactly from the start, from the get-go. First of all, I'll cover a brief, some stats that I showed just like 20 seconds ago about the company, so you know that where I got the $20 million a year. But I'm going to share the sales process. It's really important to understand how a company is operating when it comes to the sales process. What happens from A to Z, from ad, funnel, offer to conversion. We need to see that, because then the rest of the conversation doesn't actually make any sense. Okay, so that's the first thing that we're going to talk about. Number two, the creative scaling frameworks. This is going to be a banger because, if you look at my other videos, I do tend to speak a lot about UGC and maybe similar frameworks here and there. But in this video, I'm going to talk about some AI cool stuff that you can do that not many people are actually doing and utilizing to its full potential. And it's a free tool and it's crazy valuable. So I really advise you to stick through this. And then this is really valuable as well. I'm going to bring you through how 8-figure brands actually get to 8 figures. There's a psychology and there's a framework to actually get to 8 figures. It's not just what 6 and 7-figure brands do. In fact, I have a whole diagram that speaks about the difference between the 6 and the 7-figure e-commerce brands versus the 8-figure e-commerce brands. I'm going to bring you through this diagram. It's going to be really, really valuable. I have a bunch of other things to show you here as well. Okay, so let's start with promise number 1, the sales process. But before we get into that, just a quick summary of the company. I got some stats from this website. It looks reliable. I also just did some research on other sources. But in 2024, it seems like the brand has generated on average 800,000 medium sessions per month, right, with a $75 to $100 AOV, with a 2.5 to 3% conversion rate, all that stuff, which equals around $1.6 to $1.7 million every single month. I think they're doing more, if I have to be completely honest, just because it seems a bit low in my opinion, but let's just even trust these. Let's say conservatively they're doing $20 million a year. So this is the company, dermatology.com. I really liked their website, and let's go through the sales process as I promised. So Dermatology, let me shrink my big head over here so we can see the rest of the screen. And let's go over the funnel. So first of all, I use this tool called Archer if you are a new viewer. This is an amazing tool that allows you to funnel hack the entire, from A to Z, the entire funnel, the landing pages, the personas, the ad angles, the emotions, the themes that this company is using. Any company, you can actually go here and search for skincare, and you can take a look at all these companies, and you can use this and take advantage of this tool however you like and want. Okay, so I use it to filter and funnel hack companies. This is something, an activity that my team does day in and day out, every single day of the week. If we are not able to spot trends, right, we don't know exactly what's working. So what I'm going to do here is filter by longest running ads, filter by active ads as well, so we know how many ads they're running. It seems like they're doing 670 ads active. Let's see how many they're running on Meta. I believe the majority of their ad spend is actually going towards Meta. Let's filter by active ads here as well, just to take a look. And it seems like they are, 440 ads. The rest are probably TikTok, or they're doing a lot of Google ads as well, quite some Google ads as well. That's why I think like the $1.6 million a month is a bit conservative. I think they're doing more. 400 active ads. It's a pretty steep, hundreds of thousands of dollars per month in ad spend. Either way, let's identify and go through the funnel. So we can go through the creative stuff later. So make sure to stick until the middle of the video. But let's go through the sales process. Let's see what happens when we click on an ad. Okay, so what I like to do over here before we get into this stuff, I want to go over landing pages. This is an amazing tool that actually allows you to understand where the traffic is going. If you know where traffic is going, you know where traffic is converting, because they're doing 20 million, 30 million a year, right? So, which is the whole point of this tool and why I love it so much. So let's open up the first top 3 pages. The top page, as you can see, has the majority of the ads, 248 ads out of 670 or something like that. So a big chunk, like a third of the traffic is going just to this page, right? And then we, of course, we open up the other ones. So what is it? Let me just open these up again. 1 second. So let's go with number 1. First, let's study number 1. So this is the first page where most of their traffic is going to. So this is an amazing winning product, and I'll explain why this works very, very well. First of all, it has like some viral ingredients. Okay, these people are being very strategic, not only at selling a solution, but by also taking advantage of viral ingredients. If you look at peptides, ceramides, all of these ingredients, let me just do a quick Google Trends. I always go and spend a lot of time on Google Trends because a lot of people don't, right? And so if you're smart and you want to go a step ahead, you got to do some extra research. So let's do peptides as an example. So let's just say you are selling a peptide product, and you have a competitor that is selling a peptide product, and they are using the angle with peptides because they know that overall, if we look at the last 5 years, it's definitely a growing trend. You see, peptides is all the way at its peak. So they're leveraging, this is really important, they're leveraging trends to their advantage. Okay? If you sell the same products, I don't have any product here. If you have the same products, and I use the peptide angle to its advantage because I know that there's a trend, and the other company that's selling the same exact product is using something else and it's not trendy, this company is going to win because they're following trends and they're studying market trends. Okay, we don't have to be emotional about our product. We have to understand what works to the market. Okay, and then of course you can understand where it's most popular. It seems like it's a United States trend. Either way, that was a very interesting point. This is a really, really interesting point to get really creative and build leverage over your marketing, because not a lot of people are doing this. So they have very good ingredients. They have amazing before and after results, which is why I think this is a great product. And it's a color correction meets sun protection. So it solves two different, it's like a 3-in-1 formula solution. Okay, so it solves multiple problems. Once again, we haven't seen a lot of these products so far. So if you want to get into the beauty space, I really recommend for you not to sell what everybody else is selling. I would recommend for you to sell maybe something that solves multiple problems that a lot of people don't usually see, something revolutionary, something that takes advantage of market trends, because then you're just gonna be like anybody in the beauty space trying to do like the skincare kit or whatever, what everybody does in the beauty space. Okay, that was just an example. So this is your landing page, very sleek, very straightforward. And then there's a deal. If you click over here, let's see what happens. Redeem, discount applied, and I believe it brings you towards to check out directly. And so you can just check out There's a deal where you buy one and you probably get the one 50% off or whatever. There's upsells and downsells, so you can decide to add to cart, not add to cart, blah, 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 blah. We say no thanks. Let's see what happens. And then overall, that's basically it. They added these badges that are really, really good. We are able to understand and identify how much we're saving. There's a subscribe and save as well, which you can literally just, let's see what happens. Click and save, and it will basically update the order and you will subscribe. So these are all things that normally 6-7 figure brands don't really do. They don't really think about these things. So this is these are really important aspects. The other reason why I think they're doing more than 20 million a year is because they definitely do have, this is a recurring product, ladies and gents. Like it's a good product that is a consumable and it's addictive. If you can sell an addictive product that is a consumable product that people just cannot, it just works for them and they're addicted to it and it's ethical and it's a consumable, you will crack, and it has like that competitive advantage, meaning that extra feature, that extra ingredient, the 3-in-1 solution, you will make a killing. Okay, you will make a lot of money. This is how it works. Plus, of course, you will make a lot of money if you know how to market the product to the consumers, right? To the market, right? Of course, that's a given. What I also know that they're doing for a fact is that they probably have post-purchase upsells and downsells, so they're selling complementary products to increase the average order value. But these are, of course, things I don't need to explain the importance to you, hopefully, of why that is important. Well, I will, just because of the sake of this video. It's important to increase AOV because ad costs are just increasing. That's the only guaranteed thing that's happening in today's generation, that advertising costs tomorrow are going to be more expensive. So we got to be creative and understand exactly what's, ways to how do I say it? To basically make sure that your advertising costs are still profitable for you, okay? So let's go on over here and take a look at this other landing page over here and this one over here as well. So this is the 5 reasons why. So this is a sales process that I absolutely love and I really highly recommend. And it's 5 reasons why everyone is obsessed with this Tint SPF moisturizer, okay? And there's literally 5 reasons why. And at the end, it's the same exact thing where you can redeem a 20% discount. Let's take a look at this other. This is probably just a traditional landing page. Very, very simple style. Very nice images, before, afters, right? Very, very good. And you'll see in the creative strategy, which I really hope that you're sticking towards this video because I have so much to show you. I have a bunch of other things over here to show you. I have a bunch of open tabs here, blah, 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 just to give you a sneak peek of what's going on. But what's going on over here, so stick until the end, but is that they have a very good landing page, and they have a very sleek landing page, good designs, good images. If you're able to increase the perceived value with your images and your videos, you will win over others, and you can charge more and you can make more, charge more and make more, because people just, it's never a price objection, it's a value objection. If they are okay with the price, it's because they don't feel like there's the value in it, right? And so, yeah, very standard page. And then you can, of course, upsell and downsell, which they're always trying to do because, they cannot sustain a $29 AOV, right? It ain't possible. It ain't going to make this work if your ad cost, their acquisition cost is probably $30-40 if I have to just guess out of the bat. And so, hopefully you got some value from this funnel hacking stuff that I'm showing you, but this is really sleek, and the sales process is the same until checkout. I checked already. Okay, so let me close these tabs very quickly. Let's go over their creatives. I want to see exactly what they're doing, okay, with their, and I'm going to stick until, and show you some other things over here, so stick with me for just a second. But let's go over here. Let's take a look at the distribution. So first of all, they are running 598 new ads in the last 30 days. Okay, that's an insane amount of ads. And then of course, there's strategies to actually launch ads in a very fast way. Like for example, getting winning videos and just changing hooks and doing 10 new hooks. That's automatically 10 new videos, right? So there's also strategies where you can do fast tests. But you can only do a lot of fast tests once you have a foundation towards what is working, right? You can't just do 598 concepts that we don't know are going to work, because the majority, 90%, 80% of those are just not going to be profitable. So also keep that in mind. You can't just do that from the bat. So let's take a look at the distribution. So they're doing 89%, basically 90% videos, 10% images, and 0% carousel. Okay, that's an interesting take. I actually like to do carousels for before and after. So the carousel are basically ads where you can just scroll through the image and you can have the before, scroll, after. Scroll again, before, scroll after, which you can't normally do with traditional images, but the Facebook AI, the Meta AI doesn't really catch that apparently, and it works very, very well. Let's take a look at what types of ads they're doing.
Once I started working from home, I ditched my foundation, and my skin is so happy. I switched to Dermatology's Matte Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46. It's an all-in-one tinted moisturizer.
So they're doing B-rolls. A lot of B-rolls, so they're asking for B-rolls, and I'm going to show you exactly what they're doing exactly. And they're putting AI voiceovers underneath so that they can create basically unlimited ads. I'm going to show you the framework in just a second, but let's take a look at other ads.
At age 55, I absolutely refuse to wear foundation. All it does is...
This is the same thing.
Real dark circles. I am very self-conscious about my dark circles. As you can see, they're very dark and very noticeable. Those are hereditary.
This is a normal UGC ad, and I really like what I really like about this ad. I'm not sure if these are real or it's makeup, but it works because people think it's real, or maybe it is real. I don't know. Poor girl, honestly. But either way, they're doing before and afters a lot. So let me show you an example of a before and after that is really, really effective. Like this one is insane.
8 years old when I have realized that I have been fighting my dark circles under my eyes the wrong way for a very long time now. I want you to look at my eyes, how dark the dark circles are. They're hereditary. They've always been like this. They've always been super. Okay.
You see, it shows that this is an insane before and after, instant result before and after. Like this is an insane one. So this is like with skincare. If people can see the solution immediately, they are gonna get triggered. They're gonna get triggered, especially if it's something that they've never tried before. Okay. So this is another example. Let's take a look. This is for solving another product, but I also saw
At age 55,
another example of like a very steep and strong before. There it is. Before, after.
I'm not going to ask you if you can see this because I know you can.
You see, I'm not going to ask you if you can see this because I know you can. Like this is a great hook.
But I am utterly shaken to the core right now. Here, let me give you all the angles so you can see. But I tried.
This ain't fake, you know? And, you know, this is why the ads are even over here. Before, after. This is why the product really works well for them, and they're able to really market this. You see, before, after. They're using the strategy a lot. Okay, so it really works. You see the same again. Before, I'm not going to go through the videos again, but before, after, they're covering their eye. This is a really, and it also hooks people because people want to see the other eye, and so it increases the view rate, and Facebook appreciates that, and it gives you cheaper CPMs, okay? So these are all also strategies that I like what they're doing. So what are they doing over here overall is that they're essentially creating a current state and a future state and a transformation, and they're asking for B-rolls, if I can zoom in maybe a little bit, B-rolls of the current state and B-rolls of the future state, mostly. When they're doing videos of just the creator speaking, that's obviously just the creator. So the structure of that is basically, I don't have it over here, but the structure of that is very simple. You reach out to a creator, you give them a script, you give them some inspiration of what you want them to do, and then they will deliver the final video. Okay, it's very straightforward. It's just expensive. It's like $200 for a video probably, with maybe a couple of hooks. Okay, this over here, this strategy works very well because you can reproduce exactly these B-rolls that I showed you over here on the top. These ads that I've been running for a while also. If we also look at longest running ads, I like to filter by longest running ads.
3, 2, 1.
These are all B-rolls, and so you can be very, very, very creative. And so this ad has been running since November 4th, and it's February 23rd. And so it's obviously a profitable ad, or else it wouldn't be active, right? Right. So over here, what they're doing is that they're asking the creators to film B-rolls of the current state and the future state so that they can essentially create transformations. These are for other, this is for another product. It's like for a boob lifter, I think. So irritations, no irritations. Saggy boobs before using the product, anti-slip or whatever. And so no saggy boobs after using the product. Same thing with the concealer, right? Yeah, saggy or black eyes, no black eyes. And so they're creating these states where they can leverage the transformation and show the transformation of before using the product and after using the product. And then this is what happens. This is overall the process. You contact the UGC creator. You give them a template. This is what you can model this template if you want. I have all these things in my school community if you want to join. There's a bunch of resources. I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but there's a lot of resources, including like UGC templates and briefs. But you brief them. Okay, you give them a bunch of B-rolls so they know exactly. We have a document that's 30 pages long of all the B-roll types that the creator needs to do. And so then we tell them, okay, you need to do these 15 B-rolls, and then we literally within the brief, this is like a couple of pages. On the second page, we give them a couple like 5, 10, 20 pieces of B-rolls that they need to model, and these are like screenshots with a description. Screenshot with a description. So the creator, whenever they see this, they can read the description and say, okay, you crying on the bathroom floor with your makeup. Okay, this is a bit depressing, but you know, if we want that scene, we need to be able to explain that scene to the creator. Then we receive all the footage, and then we combine the B-rolls, right? And then we combine AI scripts to it. So the end result is the editor. We give the editor B-rolls, the AI script, and an inspirational video, the inspo video, so they know exactly what we want to recreate, right? And so that they can give you a final video. And so at the end of the day, you can scale horizontally with a bunch of B-rolls and scale with horizontally with AI scripts, with different scripts. This is exactly what they're doing. On top of this, you can scale horizontally with winning scripts, as I said. Now, what is a strategy? And this is where we get really into the nitty and gritty here. Of the AI avatar customers. Everybody's talking about AI avatar customers here and avatar creators, here and there, but nobody's really talking too much about this ads TikTok creator center. So what you have to do is that there's something called, let me just go over here. It's called Symphony Creative Studio. And so you basically go into the ads on the TikTok ads manager. Let me just go back over here so you see how this works. You go into your business manager on TikTok, and you have to go over here into this section over here on the top. Boom. You go to all tools and you click on this TikTok Symphony and you pin it so that you can see it over here. Once you click it, it will bring you to this page. Okay, and you can do your own avatar videos. You can have avatar videos, like you can choose your avatar based on what they give you and give it a script. It can also generate a remix video, so you can give it all the B-rolls, all the avatars, and then it can do a video for you, right? I'm not going to go through this now. I also don't think it's a perfect tool yet, but it can maybe speed up the process of editing. And so the tool that I'm going to use now is avatar videos. And so the strategy here is very simple, which I really like. Instead of paying a creator $300 for just a headshot of them speaking, you can have videos like this and take advantage. Let me just close these windows. You can take advantage of what they're doing over here. And so you can choose the avatar customer, and look how realistic this is.
After I started working from home, I stopped wearing heavy makeup every day and switched to Dermatology's tinted moisturizer. It's a moisturizer, sheer coverage, and sunscreen all in one.
So this is AI. This is not like, we chose the creator. So we went over here, we gave it a script, right? But we chose the the avatar. There's a bunch of avatar customers here. You can also filter by how you want them, black, white, ethnicity, age, whatever. And then you can just give it a script, and it's free, guys. It's completely free. There's literally no excuse anymore. There's no excuse.
This is why Gen Z is
right? There's literally no more excuse.
This is why Gen Z is ditching foundation.
It's really realistic, guys, really realistic. And so what you can do is that you can actually be creative and do, those viral videos that you can basically put the person here like this. You can put the person over here on the bottom left or bottom right and keep doing B-rolls on the back end to explain what they're saying. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. And you can scale. One other thing that you can do with these videos is that you can test hooks. In a matter of seconds, literally, in a matter of seconds, you can test hooks. You can change the script, test a different hook, and replace the current hook, and this is a perfect way to scale. So when you go back over here, let's just say this video is killing it. This video is killing it, video number 1. Instead of doing this hook, you just replace it with another hook. Let's just say this is another hook. And you can scale horizontally like that. So you keep the body that's working, it's giving you a profitable ROAS, and then you just replicate it times 10 by testing 10 different scripts, or sorry, different hooks, and you give the ad account 10 new ads, which is really, really valuable, right? Because the more you feed the algorithm and the ad account with new ads, it's like feeding it food. Everybody likes food, right? So hopefully you got the point. Now, one other thing that I do want to show you over here, just a golden nugget, is how do I actually come up with good scripts overall. And let me just show you what I do, at least, or what my team does for inspiration. We go in and use tools like Autrio once again. We go under longest running ads. We filter by status active. We make sure that the ads that we're studying are active. And then we click on the winning ad and we can transcribe it. This will transcribe the script. What is this happening? Okay, whatever, it's not stopping, stop behaving. So we go here, we transcribe, boom. It's gonna transcribe the entire script, or the AI script, or whatever script, whether it's AI or not, is gonna transcribe the script. I'm not sure why this is not working. Let me just go over here and do it again. But you can basically click over here, transcribe, boom, copy, you put it into ChatGPT, and this is essentially what happens. With ChatGPT, I gotta cover some information here, but where is it? ChatGPT. You can go here and do something like this. This is the script I want to replicate. Rewrite the above script and make sure the script includes capital letters for emphasis on important words, proper punctuation to guide tonality, pauses, excitement, urgency, conversational language to sound natural, exclamation point, ellipse, and dashes where needed to create the rhythm, right? We're basically telling all of this to the AI that gives us a script with capital letters, with pauses, with ellipse over here. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're asking an AI to write our script, and we need them to understand the terminology. If I were to send them basically just, have no exclamations or no ellipsis or no question marks, it would basically sound like, hey, my name is Brando, it would be even more bland. And so we're giving it more excitement. And so many people think that AI doesn't work, that the AI avatars don't work, but people don't actually know how to write the script for the AI for it to generate a good script in terms of tonality and making it conversational and human. Okay, hopefully this is a very big point. Okay, and so this is an amazing strategy. And so what you can do here, just to go back over here, you can test a bunch of different hooks, but not only hooks, you can test and create your own kind of headshots of people speaking. One other type of video that you can do is that, let's just say this is the video, right? On the bottom over here, I don't know how to do this, honestly. Let me actually do it like this. On the bottom over here, this is where you have the person speaking, right? On half of the video, and on the top of the video, so it's engaging, right? And on the top of the video, you can have the B-rolls that explain and go along with the conversation, the script the AI person is saying. And so you those videos that go viral where it's like half of the screen is like a video game, right? And the other half is actually the actual video. It's kind of the same thing. We're not really distracting them, but we're giving two different videos in one, and so it's very interactive. It's a very, very interesting concept. So this is something that at least worked well for us. I'm not sure if they're doing it like this, but it's definitely a strategy that I highly recommend for you to test. Okay, let's see what else we got to talk about over here very quickly. I got to talk about, let's see if there's other important thing. Okay, there's one really important thing before I speak about this last step 3, which is a really interesting conversation, how 8-figure brand scale. I want to remind you there's a quick bonus, if I didn't mention already in this video, and the bonus is that if you want access to this demo command center that has all of our creative concepts, 600 hooks, a daily report where we track all of the data on the ad accounts with color codings. We have a UGC tracker, we have a creative testing tracker, we have an ROI calculator, we have a competitor sheet, we have a TikTok shop creator sheet, we have email campaigns, email flows, we have everything divided, a CRO sheet. This is the universal tool that you need to get to 8 figures. Okay, I'm not sure how else I need to explain this, but this is really important because if you don't track your results, if you don't track your KPIs, if you don't have a systematic way of tracking these things, whatever you're going to do is not going to matter because you don't know how to track stuff, okay? At the end of the day, if you want to get acquired one day, if you have these tools in place, your enterprise value is even more valuable. So if you don't do it just for the tracking, just because you don't believe in it, even if it's weird, you should just do it for that, because you're creating a more valuable business if you're tracking information, because your investors and the buyers are going to ask for that information either way, right? So you might as well do it from the start. So if you want this, there's a link down below. Just you can get access to it. If you are, and by the way, side note, I'm also going to say this at the end of the video, just as a reminder. If you own an e-commerce brand and you actually want the brand audited by me or one of my team members, most likely going to be me, because I like taking calls. You can just book a call. You just need to be able to do $50,000 to $100,000 a month with your e-commerce brand, and you can book a call down below, and we can audit the business, and then we can see if there's an opportunity to work together. Of course, if we even have capacity, we only work with like 10 clients, 12 clients. So either way, that's a subject for another video. But let's go back and talk about this really important thing, how 8-figure brands actually scale to 8 figures. So this is you, maybe. I don't know if this is you, but maybe this is you, or most brands that are doing 6 to 7 figures. You find, let me just zoom in a little bit. You find a good product, okay? With that product, you have a good angle, very good angle, it's scaling. And then you essentially scale vertically. Okay, maybe a bit horizontally because you're getting, you're doing some ads here and there. You're scaling with the ads are working well, but you're not really scaling horizontally. It's more like a vertical scaling. So you're just doing more of what is working, which is what you should do, by the way, in the initial stages. But typically, once you get to like that $200, $300, $400, $500,000 a month mark, typically you get stuck. Whatever you do doesn't work. Or it's not that it doesn't work. It's not profitable, or it doesn't push the account. It's just the ROAS is going down. You can't scale. The more you increase your budget, maybe this is you, right? The more you increase your budget, the more the ROI of the ads go down, and your ROAS go down, and your profitability goes from like 20% to 12% to 10%. You get the point. Water break. And so this is what a typical business does. Now, if you want to look at an 8-figure giant and what they do, this is what they do. As you can see, there's a lot more work, and it actually keeps on going, but I just don't have the space for it, okay? So this is what they do. They find these are marketing angles. These orange ones are marketing angles, as you can see. So they continuously find new angles. What's an angle? An angle is solving let's just say you use the same exact product. You're selling a product that allows you to have an instant before and after. So that's an angle. Another angle could be it's a product that has peptides and stimulates more of XYZ. That's another angle. Same product, right? Solving the same exact solution or problem, solving the same problem, same solution, different angle. Another angle could be that it has hyaluronic acid that helps with hydration as well. So that's another angle, right? And so if you combine it, in fact, if we go back over here, let me just show you a concrete example of what they're doing. They're basically scaling horizontally with all of these angles. Let's take a look at ad angles. As you can see, they're going after like effortless beauty, how to have effortless beauty, fast and easy results, right? Natural looking results, time saving. They're saving time, and a time saving angle is going to be different from an effective skincare angle or a complete solution, a 3-in-1 solution, right? That's what they're selling as well, right? And their most popular one is like effortless beauty, right? Like that's a bit broad. I like to go after more specific angles, but I also noticed that their themes, they're scaling horizontally with themes, problem, solution, features, benefits, before and afters. They have 355 active ads that are literally showing before and after. So, you can take a look. This is why we spend a lot of time here, guys, ladies and gals. It's because we study all of these trends so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel, and we know what's working in the market right now. Okay, and so they're scaling horizontally, and that's why they beat you, and they beat 7-figure companies, and they beat 6-figure companies. And you don't need a huge mega department. You probably need a team, right, to do this, but you don't need like 50 people, 50 employees to do this. You need a good team that can handle this and allow you to scale based on strategic data, based on competitor analysis, which is what I told you, and based on scaling horizontally your marketing angles, and not only your angles, but also your creative concepts. You have to scale your creative concepts. Let me show you a sheet which is the one that we use to scale. And it's a creative concept. So this is the foundation of the street. Once you find, let's just say we're selling one of those vibrators that for your vibrators, they're basically just a facial sculptor, like gua sha, you know what I'm talking about? And so it helps with these angles, double chin, instant lift, reverse aging. You can basically, with that same product, sell with multiple angles. Just to say that the double chin angle, we're doing a lot of POVs, right? And the POV is really working well, okay? It's really working well, and we're doing a lot of that. Once you know that the POV works, you should do more of it. But to scale even more, horizontally, more profitably, more ad spend, you need to expand and do more. Do more and do more. Because if you don't scale horizontally, you can't always expect to scale vertically. You can't just increase budgets. You can't just do the same exact thing that you're doing. To get to that next level, I always say what gets you to point A won't get you to point B, right? What gets you to 100,000 a month won't get you to $1 million a month. So you need to shift strategy. And typically what I see with companies when they scale to 8 figures, the first thing they do is they test way more creative concepts, way more video ads, way more scripts, way more marketing angles for a second foundation, like a lot of more marketing angles, a lot more creative concepts. And then of course, the next thing to do is to launch new markets and launch new products. Whenever you do these things, then you can create a pretty good and badass brand that's doing 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 million a year. Okay, that's how you do it. And then of course you can get into other things like getting into Amazon, getting into this, getting into that, getting into retail, right? As you can see, other people are in the sheet grabbing it. So if you are not grabbing the sheet, which by the way has all of these resources, I don't know what to tell you. This is a really, really important sheet. Okay, so that is it for this video. Let me see if I wanted to talk about other things, but this was pretty much the foundation. Oh, one last observation is that at the end of the day, you're going to test many more things. And guess what happens when you test many more things? You get a lot more winners. And so these are all winning ads with winning angles, and boom, that's where you scale. Whoops. That's where you scale horizontally and you're happy. Okay, you should see marketing angles as cash flow opportunities. So this is doing 100K a month. This angle is doing maybe 30K a month. This is doing another 50K a month. And then the next angle is doing 100K a month. And so you should see these as cash flow buckets. The more you test, the more creative concepts and marketing angles you test, and the more you can scale. It's not complicated, but it kind of is, because it's easy to speak about. It's maybe easy to comprehend, but it's hard to take action on because there's a lot of moving parts. Okay. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope this was a valuable video. Leverage the AI avatars. I kid you not, this is a really valuable tool. Use the UGC script strategy with ChatGPT that I told you. Go into Atria, get the script, tell it what essentially what I went through the video. Copy and paste it over here. Make sure to add punctuations and exclamation points and ellipses here and there so that you make it more conversational, and then you have a good result like this.
This is why Gen Z is ditching foundation.
This is so realistic. You'll notice that some of these avatars are not really good, but some really are. I think it's a good one. Okay, then you export it and you can do whatever you want. Okay, that is it for this video. Once again, if you are a brand doing at least $50,000 to $100,000 a month and you want a free audit from me or one of my team members, then you can book a call down below. There's a link, and then we can see you on the other side. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.